in order to get to the oil filter, he's got to go in the side of the engine. Right round here. It's under there, I can't quite see it. It's gloopy oil. It's got a pump that fits into the little hole in the engine. Yeah, to suck out the oil. And the oil's really thick and disgusting.
It's a dipstick.
Well, it's a dipstick orifice. So a Yanmar filter, which we got from the chandlers in the marina.
A bit small, isn't it? It's already oiled, so, or greased. Stops them from sticking. No more. We'll never get it off.
So 3 litres of oil, and we've got 1540, which is the recommendation for the engine. Fuel look alright?
Yeah, it's clean.
I think that might be. Not holding it still long enough.
So is there a... it doesn't come with a...
what?
A new seal. Well, bit of players on the board of that one. I just can do it. Put it too tight because it damages the bearings, but and that one, yeah, fine. Yeah, there's no wear on them.
So if you needed to tighten that bottom one, how do you do that?
Oh, you tighten the alternator. Right. There's an adjustment on the alternator, and this bottom one there's an adjustment on the housing. So.
Okay. So next step, the impeller. And you think you've got a bit of a leak around either the housing or the hosing.
Yeah.
Because we saw some sort of crystals like salty debris. Yeah. Just changing the impeller, and we had to nip off to a shop and find a bit of new tubing because the tubing was kind of worn and broken, and Kevin's bleeding all over the place. What terrible injury did you do to yourself? What did you do?
Oh, bread knife.
Yeah, it wasn't even fixing the engine, it was cutting a bit of bread.
So this is the seal I'm talking about. It's the one at the back of the impeller, and I don't think there's any circuit on there, and I think it's just the impeller that holds it in. So I'm going to try and prise it out from the back and see what happens. I don't know if you can see this on the seal, but it's actually split. So now I've cleaned up the shaft on the impeller shaft. That's all nice and clean. It was there's a little bit of residue on it, some salt and stuff, so I've cleared that off. I've now put in the new seal, and that went straight in, and we've got a new impeller in there now as well.
How's it going?
Well, we're all back together again, and so far so good. So, no water.
So we had a bit of a problem. You changed the impeller, changed the 2 pieces of piping either end, or at least refitted them because they were all a bit corroded and worn. And then you started the engine and there was no water coming out. And what we found is the reason there isn't water coming out is that the water filter, the connector on the end, is just completely knackered.
Just going to check the primary fuel filter, see if that's okay. And there it is. Yep, there's no water in that. All clear, no bug. So I'm happy with that. That's where the gearbox oil is. Now, the gearbox has just been rebuilt, and obviously they've put the oil in it and they checked it, so I'm not going to check that again. And then we've got the bladder, which again has just been changed because obviously we've had the gearbox out, we've had a new cutlass bearing fitted, so they put a new bladder on as well, and there's no leaks on that, so that's okay. So that's the top mark, it's a full mark, so it's actually on the full mark. That's 3 litres then, nice and clean as well. So that's that. Water level, that's the line there, and that's spot on. So yeah, that's it, job done.
Good.
Service complete.